welcome to the Winner's Circle. I'm your host, Dr. Sean. So let's continue the conversation we've been having on how you can win and how we can win together. Each week we have a guest on the show who cares a lot about what's going on in our society, but who also has special expertise in an area of concern. The area we'll be dealing with today is something called network marketing or multi-level marketing. The guest that we have has a lot of experience, has done very well, and knows a lot of people who have done very well. And we want to get some inside scoop on, is this something that people can use during times like these? Her name is Oluremi Sano. You'll recognize her as she was a guest several weeks ago, roughly 1 month ago, and she was eloquently laying out that we should have more sovereignty. Oluremi, welcome to the Winner's Circle. So good to see you.
Hey there, Sean. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. You know, right now, income disparity is at an all-time high. And where there's major income disparity, there's power disparity and opportunities for people to get abused. And as you said before, and you really made the point that we really need to have some other opportunities so that we can have more personal sovereignty. This idea of network marketing, it might create opportunities for people. And so I really wanted to understand that because there are so many different, let's say, opinions about it. And I figured you'd be a great guest for that topic. So I'm really excited to work through this. Now,
Thank you.
Network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, pyramid, so many different names. I wonder if you can help us to understand from your perspective what these names refer to. Are they all the same thing even?
They are not all the same thing, and I'm glad you asked the question. One of the things that we can get rid of immediately is pyramid. Pyramid is something that people put in their heads to signify something that really has taken on a bad name in this country, and that is when you hear somebody say a pyramid or a pyramid scheme, they're talking about something they think is not realistic. It's been given a name that kind of signifies maybe one person at the top, you know, one greedy little money monger at the top. That's what really kind of comes to mind when you think about it. And a bunch of people trying to do something and they're never able to achieve it. The real term should be networking, you know, and network marketing is a distribution method. That's how I want to talk about it. So I want to frame the conversation in a way where we can have a productive conversation, because it's no more than networking with friends, networking with people that you know about a product or a service. And it's no different than people telling folks about, oh my God, did you see such and such is on sale at Target? Or did you see such and such is on sale at Walmart? You know, so you tell people, but you don't get paid for telling people. And those companies continue to get money, they continue to prosper. Yet the people who've told about the sales don't necessarily prosper. So networking and network marketing are just distribution methods for companies that choose to use people as their distribution network versus, creating a sales force. So I hope that made it clear.
It definitely does. It definitely does. So it's a distribution method for, let's say, a certain type of product or a certain type of service or something like that. Maybe.
Right. And then when I say instead of creating a sales force, what I mean is a paid sales force. So instead of paying employees, thousands and thousands of employees, you basically have thousands and thousands of independent distributors who go out and market your product. And those people who are good at it or get really good at it are people who really take the product, understand understand the service and the structure that they're working with, and then they get really good at it. They just take their time, they learn, understand, they tell their friends, those friends tell other friends, they educate their friends on the process. And so their teams grow. And so that's how you get into network marketing on another level. It's basically the same thing that you would do if you were telling someone about Bed Bath & Beyond or what Bath and Body Works. You know, Bath and Body Works really has network marketers who they don't pay and who never get paid by them. I know because I'm one of them. Anytime they have a sale, I'm there. You know what I mean?
And do you also, I guess naturally when we are aware of a good thing, we tell people that are around us anyway.
You tell people who are around you. I mean, that's what network marketing is. The difference is you have a structure, an infrastructure. It's a business infrastructure, just like any other business. So if you were to, hire some people to come work at a business of yours, and then you said, hey, for every single person that you also tell about this business, I'm going to pay you for that. And then you get a specific percentage. And then when they tell other folks, they get a specific percentage. If you did it in a regular brick and mortar business or any other type of business, it's the same type of structure. You're rewarding the people who are telling the most about your business.
Excellent, excellent. So we hear about people that have done well. They seem to be, I don't personally, know people that have like major, they live in a mansion or something like that. They have an airplane and all that. But you might, maybe we could understand what your experiences have been with people that you know, because you have a lot of experience with this, I know, who have done like just off the charts.
Well, here's the deal. I do have friends like that. I do have friends with big, giant houses and, all these kind of fancy cars and whatnot. They can hop on a plane anytime they want, rather. I don't know people who may necessarily like have their own planes, but I know people who worked really, really hard at network marketing. I know one friend of mine in Houston who has been in network marketing since he was 18 years old when he was in college. He actually finished college. He did everything everybody else did. He went to college. He was a scholarship athlete. And his house is a few blocks from Chris Paul's house. So it should tell you something. He's in a neighborhood where the NBA players live, but he did his job differently. He chose network marketing as his path. And so he's very quiet and humble. He's not braggadocious. He's hardly ever speaking, but he does teach people what he's doing. And he teaches a lot of people around the country and around the world what he's doing and the product that he's using.
Interesting distinction that you make there. I appreciate that example. But you said that a lot of what he's doing to create success, I didn't really hear you say sales per se. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to get involved and anything like that because it involves sales and I'm not a salesperson. But what I hear you describing is that he's teaching an approach. Do I understand correctly?
Yeah, he's teaching an approach. He's basically teaching people about the service and about the product. And what you have to do is take your time to do that. You know what I mean? People who get good at networking, they're teaching people. They're basically teachers. Because if you don't teach well, then you can't duplicate yourself. And if you don't duplicate yourself, you don't do well in network marketing. Network marketing is all about duplication. And so one thing is you can learn about a product or a service, or you can learn about, whatever the offer is that someone is making, but you also have to be able to teach it. So you have to be able to take your time to show others, what they're doing. So that they know how to do it fluently without you. And that's the key. Duplication rules the nation in network marketing.
Wow, how about that? And so there are, I'm thinking, a lot of different opportunities that are available. It sounds like aside from money that people are getting, there must be some other enjoyment aspects that come out of it. I wonder if you have some examples of other aspects, aside from making money, which is important, some other things that people get out of network marketing.
Well, one thing is helping. Let me tell you, the thing I like most is helping other people understand how they can bring in an extra stream of income outside of what they're doing, because we have a one-track mind society. We live in a myopic thinking society. And so people think in one track, like as if there's only one thing that they can do. And a lot of times that leads them into, even if they're making good money in one job, they're usually living right outside of their expenses, so they're meeting their expenses, but they have a certain portion left over, and then they have to get used to living off of that portion. So one of the things I like is to be able to help people make an extra stream of income. But the other thing is there's some other perks, like trips and things like that to places that you may not have gone to before. So you get a lot of trips, free trips. You get to meet a lot of people that are outside of your culture, outside of your ethnic group. So there are tons of people from other cultures and other countries, that you get to meet normally in network marketing because you bring large groups of people together. So there's a lot of enjoyment for me. I'm not the fancy car person, you know that. I get more out of the on the ground stuff. I get what I am about that money, but I'm not about the fancy cars. So.
Right. Yes, aside from expanding a network outside of, let's say, our local area and making new friends, what I have really appreciated during my times being involved in network marketing are the types of people that you meet. It's a kind of very energetic crowd,
Yes.
very, there's just a lot of energy, people that have a lot of hope, people that are looking forward to something. And so I do like the community that seems to center around and focus around people in network marketing. You started taking us into how to become successful. I really want to understand that because a lot of people, there are a handful of people that get involved, but then there are some people that really are off the charts successful. Maybe we'll take this on after a few moments of break, but I really want to understand this so that we can figure out for our viewers what we have to do to become successful in network marketing. So,
awesome.
All right, we'll join you after these few moments.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to the Winner's Circle. We're joined by Oluremi Sano. She's telling us a lot about network marketing and how we can use it to have more fun, meet more people, make more money, expand our community, and we're growing a lot from this conversation. Oluremi, welcome back. I wanted to ask you some more questions about how we can become successful in network marketing. Are there some people who just seem to be more equipped and others who just can't do network marketing? Help me to understand that part.
Really, there's not people who are more equipped. There are people who take their time to learn. When you take your time to learn, just like you would in a classroom, you take your time to learn the information about whatever company you're dealing with, the information about the product, and the system that they're using. And it's no more than sitting down learning a game plan for a football team or a basketball team. Once you know the game plan and you understand how to execute the game plan, then you can, become a network marketer. And it's for anybody. One of the things that is not limiting to is there's no limit, like in regard to education. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have years of experience or anything like that. You're basically taking on something as if you were starting a business, except for it's not a brick and mortar business. You're taking on something that becomes a business. You learn the business, you learn the method, you learn the product, and then you're able to do the business immediately.
Nice. So you make a good point. And when we start in network marketing, really we're starting a business, but it's not the usual startup costs of a brick and mortar place and all of the other that goes along. That could be really expensive, really, to start other types of businesses.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Now, so for instance, let me give you a good example that I use when I'm actually teaching people in network marketing. So my last studio, it took me $10,000 in a cashier's check just to get the building, right? So $10,000, that was before anybody walked in my dance studio. No students were there yet, no lights were on, no heat, no anything. So it took me that $10,000, and then I knew every month beyond that it was going to be $5,500 a month. So $5,500 a month was what I signed my name to before I even had business. So that means I know I have to have some sort of following already. I know I have had to already create my business plan, all those things. But in network marketing, normally you are paying for a distribution. So whatever it is, it may not even be a product or a service. It could be, some other type of some other type of business. But the point is, you're paying for a distribution service and you're paying to be a part of that company. And that starts your business. Normally it's somewhere between $300 and $600. And so that's much less than $10,000 or whatever you would pay for brick and mortar. And your business is open.
Excellent. So getting started really is not something that breaks most people's backs. $300 and $600. That's a starter for a lot of people.
Right.
In terms of things, let's say activities that are must-dos, what are some activities that, in order to become successful in network marketing, you have to do these things? You mentioned teaching. Are there some others that are very common and necessary?
Well, yeah, you want to be able to communicate and stay in touch with the team that you build. So beyond myself, if I'm actually building a team in a network marketing business, I want to be able to communicate on a regular basis with my team, create streams of communication that are great and regular. And I also want to be able to make sure that my team understands what they're doing. I want to be able to walk with them, run with them, whatever they want to do. So somebody might work at this pace, another person might work at this pace, depending on their family situation and what time they have. So I need to be good at that. I need to be good at working with people who come from different, circumstances or dynamics and understand that. So, being a team leader in any business, not just network marketing, is about communicating, about understanding where your people are coming from, and about helping them achieve. And so to the extent that you can help them achieve, you're going to be basically duplicating yourself.
That's excellent. So I hear some other action words in there, building and helping, I heard you say, and communicating and teaching. And now that you lay it out like that, it doesn't sound very different from a lot of other fields and a lot of other things that people are involved in at work. It sounds like what I see happening at the hospital. Sounds like what I see happening in stores. Very common types of activities, really.
Right. The thing that's uncommon is the income. So network marketing, unlike people who are working, you can take doctors, lawyers, any top line profession, and network marketers are usually making more than what people are making at a standard or static job. And the reason why I say that, I'm not saying that to say there's any difference. I'm saying people have their choice to do what they want to do, but there's no limit on the income. And a lot of times people don't understand that. If you think about it, when you go to school, right, you may have gone to school for 4 years, and I'm saying college. So if you go to college for 4 years, you add another 2 years for graduate school, and maybe another 2 to 4 years for your, postgraduate studies, depending on what you're doing. You spent that amount of time, and then you go work in your field for another 10, 20, 30 years, and you're at a cap somewhere with your salary, right? Even if you've been the best person in your industry or what have you, you're at a cap. And so with network marketing, there's no cap. And they can make as much money as they want to, have as many cars and houses and whatnot. The thing is, the people that get good at that are people that just stayed in their lane. People just like someone else in a career field, they've just stayed in network marketing for a long period of time and accumulated a good amount of money. I do know, though, people who come in and immediately in the first 2 or 3 years are making 2 million, 3 million, because they develop teams just that fast. So the difference in that is that it's dynamic, it's not static. So you're not told that you can only go this far in this amount of time. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want as long as you're duplicating in a way that's, that's good.
Right. That's a incredible distinction, what you're saying there. Most of us are in situations where if we run harder, we're not necessarily going to make more, not meaningfully more. Like if we run twice as fast, we're not going to generate double the income. And then if we are really stuck in a particular spot, like, oh, I have to go over to this box and work, then it means that we can't be in other boxes. It kind of limits us where we can be physically. But what I hear you describing about network marketing is that you can many times do it from anywhere, it sounds like. And there's also, when you improve your ability, your skills, your understanding, then you also improve your income. It doesn't sound like there's a real limit to what you can do.
There is no limit, and you can do it from anywhere. You can work from anywhere, which is part of the lifestyle, right, of network marketing. And then also, basically, the no limits on the income is basically on you. So people when they get a feel for it, and then they get a groove for it, and then they are really in a zone, is when you start seeing people really make some good money. It really is good money. I know for me, in comparison, I have a master's degree, and I went to postgraduate studies after that. I almost finished a PhD and decided to open a business instead, because I learned early on that even with regular brick and mortar business, you can make more than you can with your degrees if you just desire to do so. So there's no limit when you are running your own business, period. The thing for me is that in running my own business, I would have to do, like you said, 2 or 3 times more than what I was doing, which I'm only one person. So with network marketing, you have a team of people. So you can do, 10 times, 100 times more than what you can do yourself. My network marketing team, I had over 10,000 people, that I pretty much organically developed, you know what I mean? So for me, that ends up being a pretty significant income. It actually was an income much more than I would have received with my master's degree and my 33 hours toward a PhD.
Wow, remarkable. So another stream and unlimited also. I love it. So you convinced me that not only I, but many people, in fact, most people should be involved in networking, network marketing, and probably we're doing it, but we're just not getting paid for it. How does somebody choose an opportunity to invest in? I mean, choose an opportunity to get involved with and really see if they can flourish, learn how to flourish.
Well, mostly people are choosing things that kind of fit their lifestyle, like things that, for me, because I was a dance instructor for 25 years and owned a dance studio for 17 of those years, I particularly liked product-based businesses that offered a natural product that people can use that help them in some sort of way. So that means like enhancing your body, enhancing your ability to live optimally, in health. So those are the things that I chose primarily. But I also like things that don't require a whole lot of promoting of a product. So, for me now, we're looking at something a little bit different. We're looking at things that can duplicate money. And we're looking at the global aspect of how that is looking, with these different money exchanges, so we're trying to get into things that don't require a whole lot and don't require any shipping and those type of things. It's really amazing. I think it's a wonderful opportunity that people should look at and learn. Not only that, people should teach their children about it, because we don't want to send our children down those same lines and paths where they feel like a job is what is going to, make their life, and because it's not. I think we can stop them by letting them know there are so many things that you can involve yourself in. There are so many things in different paths. You can do more than one. take them out of that myopic thinking that we were talking about and let them know and understand that there are different things that they can do in life where they don't have to stay in one lane. And then when that one lane gets shut down and they're jammed up, we have to get out of that type of thinking.
Right, yeah. So one lane we've been talking about, and then one stream of income. And many times that one lane might end up going into like a dead end in many cases, So now, here's the big question, Oluremi. You mentioned that developing a group is essential to becoming successful in network marketing. How does one develop a group?
Well, okay, so here it is. One thing is people follow those people who they can understand and who can teach them well. They also follow people who they know is successful. If that person is successful, they feel like they can be successful. And successful sometimes sounds like a big, giant term, but it's not. It really is following a certain set of steps and then achieving through those certain set of steps and being able to show someone else those same certain set of steps. And so that's where you get duplication. You want to make it easy and break it down. So building a team becomes, a practice. It becomes a discipline, a personal discipline. And then you teach those people basically how to do the same thing. And people glue to, it's basically the law of attraction. They glue to people who they see can help them, and they start seeing on their own that they are now helping themselves, and they feel like they can go help someone else. My way of saying that is each one teach one, and so for me, it just basically is about being humble enough to teach people the same thing that but doing it in a way that they can understand it for themselves and then communicate it to someone else.
Excellent, excellent, wonderful. Yeah, it doesn't sound like such a huge mountain when you lay it out like that. And you're the expert here. I think with regard to the last word, I want to give you the final word to share with people and summarize what we've said in this show, a word that tells people what network marketing is, and just take us home, Oluremi.
Well, so taking it home for me would be to have people open their minds and get out of the negative mindset of what network marketing is. That's so super important. A lot of times I spend a lot of time teaching people what not to think. Basically, you have to undo a lot of the myths and a lot of the fears that people have around network marketing. So I would wrap it up by saying that, network marketing is a distribution method. It is something that people should look into because it doesn't tie you to a building or a place. It doesn't tie you to any one person. You choose your team. And for me, that has worked. It has worked well in many different businesses over the years. And I definitely think it's something that people should look at as an extra stream of income.
Fabulous, fabulous. Thanks for laying it out. Thanks for taking us home with that message. Thanks for coming on to the show and sharing your experience.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we'll do this again. To you in the winner circle, I'm sure that you gained a lot from that discussion. There's so many opportunities out there and so many ways that we can do well. Many times we're just aware of one single approach, and then when we are only aware of that approach, then we are only getting one type of blessing from that one approach. There are many other approaches, and network marketing may just be one for you. Check it out. See if you can find some people that are already engaged in opportunities that you'd like to be engaged in, and I wish you much success. Thanks for joining us for this message. Share this message with your friends and your colleagues that you work with, and we'll look forward to seeing you right here on RVN Television, Mondays at 2 o'clock, Tuesdays at 6 o'clock p.m., or wherever you found this message. Share, like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Until then, guys, keep winning. Take care, guys.